A new class action lawsuit against Tesla accuses the company's employees of making memes out of video footage and images captured by the vehicle's cameras. In this video, we'll look at highlights from Tesla owner Henry Yeh's class action complaint against Tesla for privacy violations. Here we have Henry Yeh's class action complaint, as you can see, filed on April 7th. He says that Tesla is a manufacturer of electronic vehicles that incorporates cameras into the vehicle's autopilot systems. Since at least 2019, the cameras in Tesla vehicles captured highly invasive videos and images of the car's owners, which Tesla employees were able to access, not for the stated purposes of communication, fulfillment of service, and enhancement of Tesla vehicle driving systems, but for the tasteless and tortious entertainment of Tesla employees and perhaps those outside the company, and the humiliation of those surreptitiously recorded. In paragraph 2, it says, by virtue of this defective system, Tesla employees accessed and circulated recordings of Tesla customers in private and embarrassing situations without their consent, including, for example, video of a man approaching a Tesla vehicle completely naked, and video of vehicle crashes and road rage incidents. Tesla employees also shared pictures of family pets, which were made into memes by embellishing them with captions or commentary before posting them in group chats on Slack or GroupMe or whatever apps the Tesla employees use internally. While some postings were only shared between a few employees, others could be seen by scores of Tesla employees. And as is common with internet culture, many of these videos and images were likely shared with persons outside the company. That such videos and images were made available to Tesla employees to view and share at will, and for improper purposes affects each and every person with a Tesla vehicle, their families, passengers, and even guests in their home. Plaintiff brings this action against Tesla on behalf of himself, similarly situated class members, and the general public to stop Tesla from engaging in its wrongful behavior, including violating the privacy of customers and others, and to recover actual and punitive damages. Then it states down here in the jurisdiction and venue section that the controversy, that means the damages that the class is seeking here, are higher than $5 million. Moving on to the facts section here, in chapter 1, it states that Tesla cameras capture and record events within and outside Tesla vehicles. As of 2023, Tesla is the world's most valuable automaker. In 2021, the company had the most worldwide sales of battery fully electric vehicles and plug-in electric vehicles, capturing 21% of the battery electric market and 14% of the plug-in market. Tesla's autopilot system, an advanced driver assistance system, is integral to Tesla electric vehicles. Since September 2014, all Tesla cars have been shipped with sensors and software to support the autopilot system. The system includes 8 cameras to capture 360 degrees around the vehicles, and for many models, including plaintiff's Model Y, a driver-facing camera. These cameras and the autopilot system capture, record, and store activities taking place both within and outside Tesla vehicles. Then it goes on to state that in Tesla's customer privacy notice, Tesla assures its millions of electric car owners that, quote, your privacy is and will always be enormously important to us, that the cameras in its vehicles are designed from the ground up to protect your privacy, and that camera recordings remain anonymous and are not linked to you or your vehicle. Tesla further promised its customers that it will only ever use the videos and images it collects to communicate with you, fulfill our products and services, and improve and enhance development of our products and services. In chapter 2 of the facts section, it states, in violation of its privacy policy and their rights to privacy, Tesla stored and Tesla employees accessed, used, and shared video recordings and images of customers without their consent. Between 2019 and 2022, Tesla employees, for their own personal reasons and not for any legitimate business reason, viewed and shared sensitive images recorded by Tesla's customers' vehicle cameras. At times, employees would circulate these videos and images, sometimes after embellishing them. One crash video in 2021, for example, showed a Tesla driving at high speed in a residential area, hitting a child riding a bike. The child flew in one direction, the bike in another. The vehicle quickly spread around a Tesla office office in San Mateo, California, via private one-on-one chats. Some recordings appeared to have been made when were parked and turned off. According to one former Tesla employee, for example, quote, "We could see inside people's garages and their private properties. Let's say that a Tesla customer had something in their garage that was distinctive. People would post these kinds of things," end quote. Moreover, contrary to Tesla's representation that its camera recordings cannot be linked to individuals and their vehicles, the system Tesla used was in fact capable of and did show the location of recordings, meaning anyone viewing the videos and images could determine exactly where the Tesla owner lived, i.e., who the Tesla owner was. Some former Tesla employees were troubled by these practices and opined, quote, "It was a breach of privacy." One employee even stated that the employee would never buy a Tesla after seeing how they treated some of these people. Another former Tesla said, "I'm bothered by it because the people who buy the car, I don't think they know that their privacy is like not respected. We could see them doing laundry and really intimate things. We could even see their kids." Tesla captures recordings of people vulnerable on their own property, in their own garages, and even in their own homes, including at least one instance where Tesla cameras captured video of a man naked in his home. Tesla also captured and disseminated videos and images of customers' pets and even their children, a group that society has long recognized as vulnerable to exploitation and manipulation. Indeed, parents' interest in their children's privacy is one of the most fundamental liberty interests society recognizes. And then it goes on to state that in paragraph 23, invasion of privacy has been recognized in California and most other states as a common law tort for over a century. A right to privacy is now recognized in the great majority of the American jurisdictions that have considered the question. And then it goes on to quote a very famous law review article titled "The Right to Privacy" by two Supreme Court Justices Samuel Warren and Louis Brandeis, in which they said that the common law secures to each individual the right of determining ordinarily to what extent his thoughts, sentiments, and emotions shall be communicated to others. Even the restatement of torts recognizes the same privacy rights through its tort of intrusion upon seclusion, explaining that, quote, "One who intentionally intrudes physically or otherwise upon the solitude or seclusion of another or his private affairs or concerns is subject to liability to the other for his invasion of privacy." And then it states the Supreme Court has similarly recognized the primacy of privacy rights, explaining that the Constitution operates in the shadow of a, quote, "right to privacy older than the Bill of Rights itself." That was Griswold versus Connecticut, the Supreme Court decision in 1965. And then, of course, the California Supreme Court has recognized the fundamental injuries in privacy violations, explaining as follows: "A measure of personal isolation and personal control over the conditions of privacy's abandonment is of the very essence of personal freedom and dignity. A person whose conversations may be overheard at will of another is less of a person, has less human dignity on that account. He who may intrude upon another at will is the master of the other, and in fact, intrusion is a primary weapon of the tyrant." And again, that reminds me of surveillance states like China, where they use intrusion of their citizens' privacy as a weapon to control and manipulate them, and in some cases, throw them in prison, take away their liberties. And so this is a real concern, and we are living in an increasingly surveillance type of society, and we need to be careful to not trample over the right to privacy. Then in paragraph 27, it points out that the only surefire fix to Tesla's invasion of privacy is to disable the cameras. Thus, Tesla drivers face a dilemma: either continue to have their privacy invaded or disable their Tesla vehicle cameras. The cause of action number one is intrusion upon seclusion. Then second cause of action is violation of California's constitutional right to privacy. Third cause of action is unfair competition. Fourth cause of action is Consumer Legal Remedies Act. Fifth cause of action is negligence. Sixth cause of action is breach of contract. Seventh cause of action is negligent misrepresentation. Eighth cause of action is intentional misrepresentation. Ninth cause of action is unjust enrichment. They are seeking punitive punitive damages, compensatory, and actual damages. And they're seeking injunctive relief, stopping Tesla from continuing to record its customers. So if you don't want to miss any updates on this lawsuit, make sure to hit that subscribe button below and turn the bell notification icon on. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.